Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel, Over the Hedge with the Wyld Wytch. This is the first video that I'm making on this channel, and the video is to Ravenflower's 2018 Witchy questions tag. There are 18 questions, and I'm going to read the questions out and then answer them. If you see me looking down, it's because I printed out all the questions, and I want to go ahead and add that I want to tag every single person that watches this video. This is fun, and I hope that this is a way that you can get to know me better, and I hope that you will do this video so I can get to know each and every one of you. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, number one, what are 3 things you do every day to stay connected to your practice? So in my practice, I'm all over the place. There are a few things that I do daily. One of those things is I go outside and I put my bare feet on the dirt and I ground and connect to Mother Earth. I also meditate, do yoga, and I try to journal. I do it fairly frequently. I almost do it every day, but there are some days where I just run out of time. You know, I don't get a chance, but those are the main things that I like to do, along with working with herbs. But that's beyond, you know, any question. I work with herbs daily, plants, trees, you name it. That's just some of the things that I do. All right, number 2, when a spell or working fails, what step do you take to try and fix it? Well, I learned pretty quick that it is so important to document everything that you do. So I always write everything down. I mean, like the day, every single ingredient that I use, the time, the moon phase, the ruling planet, everything. And if something doesn't work, then I look at my notes and see what I need to change. And if it's something that, you know, I try several times, you know, different ways using different ingredients or different planetary energies, and I'm still not getting the results, then I stop and think, you know, maybe this is something that is not needed in my life right now, or maybe I'm going about it asking the wrong way. So I really just, you know, dig deep and try to find what's going on. And if I feel like it's not the time to do it, then I take a step back and just wait until I feel like the time is right. All right, number 3. Have you ever used an object or ingredient in a spell that would be considered odd or whimsical? I think most of the ingredients that I use are pretty common. I think most everybody probably uses these same ingredients. I use herbs, barks, roots, dirt, essential oils. I use stuff that I find, you know, when I go wild harvesting, and I find all kinds of things out in nature that I use. I also use animal parts. Now, I do not kill the animals that I use. I find dead things already, and I use them. I don't know if you find that odd, but that's one of the things that I use. I also use like seeds from fruit, like fruit that we purchase. I keep the seeds and I use them in my work-ins, and that's really about it. I mean, I use like your typical hair and handwriting, you know, stuff like that, but I don't think that that's odd really or whimsical. I think most everyone uses this type of stuff. All right, so number 4, what techniques do you use to generate energy for spell casting? I do a lot of dancing, drumming. I use music a lot. Let's see. I do sing, however, my voice sucks, but I don't care. I do it anyway. And I use a rattle. Number 5, how do you stay motivated to witch through things or even work/start a grimoire? Well, I look in the mirror and I tell myself to get your shit together. No, I mean I do have a long talk with myself normally in the mirror, and it's usually along those lines of get your shit together. But really, depending on what's going on, I might do a crystal bath, a herbal bath. I might work with my crystals. I might journal so I can try to find the root cause of the problem, because sometimes it's as easy as just writing it down on paper. I mean, you might not even know where to start, but just start writing, and it normally comes to me. Sometimes I just have to take a step back and really cleanse my chakras and meditate and find out, what's going on. So that's pretty much what I do. I just get stern with myself. All right, number 6. Are there times when you doubt your power or don't feel connected? Of course, I'm human. When I first started along my path, I compared myself to a lot of these amazing witches on YouTube. I thought, oh my gosh, they know so much. Am I ever, gonna know as much as they do? I really compared myself a lot, and I beat myself up about it. And then one day it just clicked, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Why are you judging yourself? You've got your own abilities. You've got, stuff going for you that someone else might not have. You've got knowledge that you can help, others, and it doesn't matter. I shouldn't compare myself to anyone, and I should just be proud and happy with what I do accomplish. And that's how I feel now, but I've been on my path for a couple of years now, so it has gotten a lot easier. Number 7, how do you build community? Well, I just opened an online shop about 4 or 5 months ago. It's a metaphysical store, but I also sell all natural products that I make. And I started this because I wanted to help others that have a hard time finding metaphysical products. Maybe there's not something in their town. They need products that are not outrageous. And I also wanted to make natural products to help connect people back to Mother Earth. By using these products, you really feel that connection. You can feel that energy within these products. And I want people to respect and protect Mother Earth. And I think one way is by getting people excited about all of these natural products, just products that come from the ground. And so that's one way that I help. I also have a YouTube channel for our shop where I give tips and I talk about herbs and just all kinds of stuff. And now I've started this channel. I also go to our park that's close to our house, and I clean up, and I want to try and start getting other people involved, and maybe we can go around to all the parks maybe once a month or something and clean them up. But that's what I do. Number 8, how do you cope when life becomes too much and you begin to lose faith in your practice and what you do, and sometimes even who you are? Well, for me, when this happens, I meditate, I do yoga, I journal, I surround myself in nature, and that is a huge, huge, huge help. And it doesn't matter, what type of nature you go in. Just get outdoors and go hug a tree. Hell, I don't care what you do. But, for me personally, nature really, really helps me connect to who I am, and connected to everything. And I feel I am a part of this earth, this universe, when I can go out in nature and really ground myself. Another thing that I like to do is I hedge ride. And when I hedge ride, when I'm having an issue like this, I go and work with my plant allies, and get help from them. I work with my spirit animals, my spirit guides, and I go for wisdom too. Head writing is great to find answers and to connect with those higher beings, for lack of a better term. Number 9, what or where is your favorite magical scenery? Well, this one is hard for me because I like all nature. I like being outdoors in nature. I guess if I had to pick 2, I would say anywhere by water. That can be a creek, a stream, ocean, lake, river, waterfall. It doesn't matter. Just somewhere, around water. And then maybe mountains. But I want to be, when I'm in the mountains, I want to be surrounded, by woods. Those, I guess, would be my favorite places. Let's see. Number 10. Let me go back to number 9. Another one of my favorite magic sceneries too, I guess, would be this room. Because it's really magical. I do a lot of workings in here, and I've got a lot of stuff that I've made that I've brought in from nature. So I would have to say, I guess, this room as well. All right, now let's go to number 10. How do you handle new friendships that don't know you practice the craft? Well, I haven't really made any new friends that don't know that I don't practice. If I try to make new friends, then I want to make friends with people that, share the same ideas, think the same way that I do. They don't necessarily have to have the same beliefs that I do, but I don't want to, really be friends with somebody that's going to judge me at every turn, everything I do or everything I say. I just ain't got time for that crap. So, I guess I want to be friends with like-minded individuals. All right, number 11. How do you deal with family that does not accept you being a witch? Well, I honestly try to respect their beliefs, and I try to teach them about what I do, what my beliefs are. And, most of the time when people lash out, it's because they really don't understand. They're going by what they've been taught their whole entire lives. I come from a very tiny southern town. It is, like I said, it is a very, very, very tiny. Most people there are very country and very religious, like Southern Baptist, and they just don't know. We were always taught that this is evil, it's of the devil. So, I think they just don't understand. Now, if I have a family member, that I do explain what I do and they just disrespect me at every turn, then, it's time to cut ties. As family, I feel like we should love each other as we are. We're family. We're blood. So we shouldn't judge one another. Now, like, for instance, my grandmother, she is elderly, and it did not matter. If I tell her to I'm blue in the face, she's not going to understand. It's just, that's how she was raised, and things don't change. So in that case, I just don't talk about it. I don't bring it up. She doesn't know any different, because I don't want to disrespect her. She is my family. So I just keep it to myself. We don't talk about what I believe and what she believes. All right, number 12. Have you ever had a spell backfire on you to the point it scared you so much that you considered stop practicing witchcraft? No. I have had a few backfire on me before, but never to the point where I wanted to stop. Once I found my path, man, I ran with it. I can't see my life any other way. This is a part of me. This is something that I do on, a daily basis. So there's no in between. There's no different from like my magic life and my mundane life. It's all one rolled up in a little beautiful package tied with the bright blue bow. All right, number 13. When you first started practicing, when was the moment you stopped depending on others, books, websites for guidance and started following your own intuition, doing what feels right to you? I would say probably around the 3 year mark, that I quit using, books for everything and listening to how other people used ingredients, or when they performed work-ins. I love watching YouTube witches, and I love to watch how they use products and how they use ingredients, and when they perform their work-ins and how they do it. And I find it fascinating. And when I first started, I thought I had to do it just like they did, because I had watched some people that said, this is how you do it, this is it. Books that I read said this is how you had to do this, there's no other way, you had to use these tools, blah blah blah. And that's what I thought. Well, once I started herbalism school, one of our assignments was to go out in nature and meditate with plants, trees, herbs, blah blah blah. And whenever you connect with them, though, it has to be a plant in its natural habitat, like not something that you've planted or someone else has planted, like in a garden or in a park. It needs to grow naturally there. When you connect your heart space with this magical being, you learn a lot from these plants. When you start doing it a lot, you start meditating with them, you will connect with these plants and they will talk to you. They will tell you what they will help you with. I started hedge riding and working with plant allies, and they would tell me how to use them. I would use my own intuition, and I would see, sometimes what I felt other people did not feel, or they did not use it in that way at all. But I realized that this is how the plants work for me. This is how they help me. This is, their energetic signature that I use for whatever it is that I'm doing, and it's what resonates with me. And man, once I did that, it was like balls to the walls. I really didn't need any more books. Now, there are times where I still do, I use my books to look stuff up, mainly after I've done something or after I've used an herb. I want to see what other people, use it for, because I love books. I love to read. But, yeah, I don't know. All right, number 14. Do you wait for karma, or do you take karma into your own hands? Well, honestly, I do both. It really depends, on the situation. But yeah, I do both. Number 15. Have you been physically attacked by a fellow pagan? Well, once I felt somebody, messing with my wards, but it was nothing serious. And then one time I had to help a friend remove this nasty, nasty hex that was placed on her family. And when I was removing it, I felt the practitioner, trying to come back at me. But like I said, trying to come back at me. All right. Number 16. Have you ever been accused of something that you didn't do because you practice witchcraft? No, not yet. I hope that, it doesn't happen, but if it does, it does. Number 18. What is your favorite witchy tool, a physical item? Oh my gosh. This is a hard one. Let's see. What is my favorite magical tool. I have so many tools that I use. I guess I would have to say, if I could only pick one, it would be my magic pouch. Hold on just a second, I'll grab it. Okay. So, let me get it so you can see it. Hold on just a second. Alright. So this is my magic pouch. You wear it on the side, you know, of your hip. Kind of like a fanny pack. But it's super cute. It's got 2 little pockets there, and then it's got 2 pockets on this side. And I use this as my magic pouch because it goes with me anytime I go outdoors, and anytime I'm doing any kind of working, and it goes with me when I go to the astral plane, when I hedge ride. It contains all of my sacred tools I put in here. It also has my plant allies that I work with on a daily basis. It has, you know, those in there. It has other tools that I use to harvest plants, and bags, you know, to keep all these ingredients in. It contains crystals and things that I need to protect myself while I'm hedge riding, you know, while I'm on the astral plane. So that is all 18 questions. And I hope that everyone who watches this video will do this. The person that made these witchy questions, or that made the witchy question tag, is Ravenflower. She has done this for several years. She is an amazing person. If you have not watched her videos, make sure you go and check her out. She's amazing. She's one of the first YouTube witches that I watched when I found out that YouTube had witches on there. I did not know. For years and years my son has watched YouTube, and so I thought that's pretty much what it was, you know, like gaming and stuff like that. I really didn't know too much about YouTube, and I went on there one day, I don't even remember what for, and I found that YouTube has witches, and it was amazing. So yeah, she was one of the first ones that I watched. I do have a lot more YouTube witches that I watch, and I will make a video talking about them and giving their links to their channel, because I think that it is very important to support each other. I want this channel to support other witches, and I want us, you know, to be a strong-knit community that helps each other out, that shares knowledge, information. So yeah, I guess I will see you next time. I hope that you fly over the hedge and stay awesome. Peace, homies.